There's so many tools here. It's really amazing. So first thing that students are going to want to do is look into this like college research, and we're going to be talking a lot about college research in Naviance, in advisory. But there's some really cool tools you can play around with. So one is the Supermatch College Search. Now there's lots of college searches out there. This one's totally fine. There are other ones, but play around with it. And my recommendation is to not put too many criteria in there, so don't put like only one state and only 5 majors, because it'll limit the amount of things that can come up. What's nice about this though is they've got different things like disability services, historically black, gender mix, liberal conservative, GLBT friendly, great college towns, and you can select the things that you want, right? And the more you select, probably the less options you'll come up with. And then when you come up with things, you can, so let's say if I look in a location and I want to look in Canada, I can select by all of these, but I'm going to leave it all out. I want Canada. And how important is this to you? Oh, I must have Canada, and I must have, I plan to get a bachelor's degree, and I want to major in English. All right, let's say all English majors. And this is must have for me, okay? And maybe one more thing, I want a graduation rate. It's important to me to attend a school where most students graduate. That's pretty important. So let's leave it there. And we've got some options. The University of British Columbia has a 99% match. And you can pin this to, and then start to compare them. It also gives you an option to add it to the colleges I'm thinking about, to expand, to look into more information about it. So there's so much cool information. And you see people rate things. Look at how many cool schools there are in Canada. Yeah. So that's a Supermatch college search, and you may use it in your CTO advisor, in your CTO advisory meetings with your advisor. There's more simple ones like College Match, where you can look up things. Just look up, college is looking for students like you. I don't know quite what that means, but College Compare, you can look up you can compare three schools to each other. You can just look up a college. An easy way to do that is just to type it in here, like City College, boop. Now, if you type in City College, you're going to get like a million. So just make sure you're getting the right one. Most people mean the City College of New York, CUNY. So let's click on it and see what we get. So here we've got information about admissions. You can send them an email. We've got a bunch of tabs. You can visit the website. You can see overlaps, like other schools that are like City College that students apply to, the school stats, the graph. We'll talk about that in a second. And you can add it straight to the colleges I'm thinking about list, which is your like sort of draft list. It compares you. So it makes you red if you're just a little below, but fakey is not too below. So that's pretty okay. And it says the application history for BSEC. Now this is where it gets really cool, because a lot of the data on the internet is just other students, and this is BSEC specific data. So it says how many students enrolled in 2016, how many students enrolled in 2015, and it talks about the surroundings. It talks about deadlines, all of this stuff. So really cool stuff. And so I can add this to colleges I'm thinking about. I think City College sounds good, so I'm going to add it to colleges I'm thinking about. Hopefully that works. And it worked. So we're going to go back to, now we can look at this tab and the colleges I'm thinking about. And right there, I've got 2 schools, one I already put in. And so I've already put Grinnell because I love it. And I can select your interest level. City College, medium. I don't know much about it. And I just select this and I can hit update interest. What's nice here is it'll show the deadlines, right? Early decision, regular decision, you can email the schools. And then this is the graphs. Now these are really important. So let's look at City College's graph. We click on this, what happens? It takes us to a scattergram, what we call a scattergram. And at the top, what's important is that you select for weighted GPA, because that's your college GPA, and that's going to be the most accurate representation of your portfolio so far. And so you can see, let's make this a little smaller. Boop, boop. See all these dots. The greens are people who got in, and the reds are people who didn't get in. And so you can sort of plot where you are. Fakey has like a 3.0, is sort of in this zone. Okay, so we've got some green, a little bit of red. So we might think, okay, City College is a possible, right? It's possible. So you're going to look at these. You can go back to the college profile. You can take it on or off your colleges I'm thinking about list. Let's go back to the college's main page. Another cool resource that people don't really know about is these college maps. You can look up colleges that accepted our students. You want to know where students with BSEC got in, right? Look at all of those. That's amazing. You can also look at colleges where our students are attending. So not just where they got in, but where are they going. And let's see, who's this kid going to Hawaii? Yeah. So all over the place, and actually all over the globe. It doesn't list international schools, but we do have students going internationally. Then top 20 most popular colleges where our students applied, if you want to go where everybody else goes. And then I love these. These are really cool. Like, it's lists of schools with 7-year combined dental programs, alternative college, Asian student satisfaction, the CUNY 4-year schools, HBCUs, hidden Ivies, schools on Long Island, Jesuit colleges. If you're interested in that, it shows you a map of those. And then you can, from there, let's see, a lot of times people want like schools that meet 100% of need, right? And I can click on an individual school and go to that school. I can learn more about Emory, which I might know nothing about. This is a really cool way to just expand your mind around schools and see, right, what's out there. There's also, you can look at acceptance history, you know, who's been accepted from what schools, not in a map format, but in like a list format. And enrichment programs, these are programs that exist if you're looking for something to do during the summer. I don't know why it's quite on the college tab, but these are so many cool things here to find during the summer, in addition to Justin's support. It's also scholarships and money. Oh my God, this is so good. We've got a scholarship list where we've input scholarships and a list of all these like diversity fly-in programs at different schools. And you also list to a Sallie Mae National Scholarship Search Fund. Let's see, what else? What we'll use most is this colleges I'm thinking about tab, right? Your CTO advisor, by the end of spring, will ask you to put in at least 5 to 10 schools that you're thinking about, your interest level in them, and your CTO advisor go with you and will say the expected difficulty. Is it a reach? Is it a match? Is it a safety? That kind of thing. Then in year 2, we'll go and move them to the colleges I'm applying to, right? So you don't need to do that right now. You'll also use this system to request letters of recommendation. Oh, it wants me to sign in again. Okay, let's do that. I don't know what happened there. Oop. Technical difficulties. And we're back. So, letters of recommendation. Is this going to log me out again? No. This is where you'll request letters of recommendation. And we'll go through that process together. You're not going to do it right now, but just to know where it is. Lastly, a really cool feature that a lot of people don't use on Naviance is these career interests. So if you're looking, you can explore these career, what they call clusters, and start to learn about different careers, about government and public administration, about finance, right? So I go into finance. I can learn all about the credentials that I need, the related careers, related majors, plans of study, what you might even take, even tells you what you should take. That's really cool. It tells you what you should take in high school and tells you what you should take in college. I don't even think I knew that. You can take a career interest profiler. You can start to learn about yourself and what you like. You know, would you like to work in a biology lab? All of these things. All free tools available to you. So that's a Naviance in a nutshell. You know, I think it's a great resource, and encourage you to make full use of it, and you will have to manage the application